Now we're ready.
Woo.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back, Double Teen fam. How are we doing today? Today we welcome sexologist. You might have seen her on TikTok. Dr. Tara. Sorry, Tara. Yes. Okay. Got it.
You got it right.
Yes. Welcome to the pod.
Hello. I'm excited to be here to get double teamed.
Oh, yes.
One of my favorite things ever.
Oh, wait, yes.
Have
you
actually-
been tag
Yes.
teamed with your husband?
No,
Oh, wait, are y'all
we're monogamish.
monogamish? Okay,
Yeah.
love
but
that.
no, it wasn't recently. It was back in college, but it was fun.
Love that. Okay, I have a couple icebreakers for anyone that
All
doesn't
right.
know you. Okay, this is one of my favorites. If someone handed you a box of everything you've lost, what would be the first thing you're looking for?
My old phone that had
Really?
a ton of nudes in it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I need it back. Whoever stole it from me in Vegas.
Oh, no.
Sorry to hear that. Was that a club, rave, what?
Club. Not necessarily a rave, but yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's your favorite nude position?
Yes.
Like when you're taking a selfie nude, what's your favorite?
I feel like I'm pretty traditional when it comes to nude. So like I'll do like my arms together like this.
The
and then
boob?
like, yes,
Okay.
like boobs full action and kind of like that. So that's one of my favorites. The other one I really like is butt action.
Yes.
So like, I turn around and I snap it in the mirror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Butt and a
that.
little face.
See, I've been trying to get more creative recently, and I just it's not working. But like I do like the bottom going up, so it shows like my ass cheek and then like part of my side boob.
And the waist usually
Ooh.
looks snatched from that
Yes.
angle.
Interesting.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
That's
try
the
it.
only one I do, and I'm like, I need more material to work with. So.
I always do the laying down one. You know, where you like lay down on your side.
Yeah.
So then like the boob kind of hangs down a little, which is nice. You can kind of like
Yes.
tuck the tummy a little and then like show the curve of the ass.
Oh my gosh.
That's my go-to.
One of my friends said she likes to. I asked this question as well, which is so interesting. We all kind of align. But she will hold her phone with her feet in front.
Oh.
And it will be like her pussy, boobs, and face at the same time.
Like-
from there. Yeah, there you go.
That cannot be flattering. Hold on. I got it.
You got. Come on, Camy and Nikki. I believe in you guys.
Oh,
I
wait.
believe
Oh,
in
you did it right. You
believe-
had the-
Might be easier without shoes on, but we don't want free feet content out there.
Oh, it's true. Oh, Camy does foot content.
I do.
Ooh, not
Yeah.
free, right?
No.
No. They got to pay for that shit.
So shout out to all my foot clients. I love you.
Woohoo!
The foot community is actually very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say, I was on one of your Instagram reels, you mentioned that you love biting,
Yes.
which is also a personal favorite of mine. I have a whole folder of like pictures of, the bruises from biting.
Ooh.
So is it all good there? Good. Okay. My question was going to be, what was like your first experience with that made you realize like, oh my God, I love this?
Oh, okay. So I'm sure I was biting even before this memory, but this is my most memorable moment was with one of my lovers. This was back when I was traveling with my friends just freely in France. And
Ooh la la.
Ouh là là! Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
That's a song.
But I remember I was hooking up with this guy, and after we had like a Parisian like walk in the park, wine in the park, walking back to my hotel. It was very passionate. When we were kissing, I was super into it, so I bit his lip. And he was bleeding.
Oh.
But and then I freaked out and I said, "I'm so sorry." But then his response, I think, made me become like super into biting. His response was, "That's hot."
Oh yes.
Yeah, but in a French accent, like that's hot.
That's hot. I can't even do it.
So I'm like, fuck yeah. So when someone validates your kink,
Yeah.
it can feel like even more amplified. So I think ever since then, I've just been biting. Like with my current husband, I bite him all the time.
Do you
It's
make
my
him bleed?
love language.
Do you make them bleed?
Not yet. I wouldn't
Not
say
yet.
not yet.
Is that on the table?
Yes.
Maybe. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Oh yeah. I think he'll like it.
Okay. I love it.
See, I love biting. I especially like if I leave an encounter with lots of bruises, like I'm just beaming. With happiness.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and I don't care about hickeys. Like, mark me the fuck up. The other night I was hooking up with someone and I was like, please bite me. I was like, you can leave a mark. I don't care.
Oh, you like getting bit. I don't like getting bit.
You like biting, and
Yeah.
okay. I like both. I like
Okay.
biting, and I love being bit.
I see.
For me, it goes both ways.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No,
You don't like getting bit?
No, I have a thing about like no marks on my body. So like no biting, no hitting me until it leaves marks. No tattoos. Like
This is where we're the opposite. I love marks.
I need to
Do you
show
have
you.
tattoos?
I have.
I want to
this
show
one,
you the one.
Ooh, what does it say?
the Fool's Journey. It's a tarot reference, and then I have.
Ooh.
Is it over
You really
here?
are into tarot.
I think it's
I
over
don't
here
see
somewhere.
it.
Oh wait, where is it? That's your
Yeah,
boob, Nicole. It's on the side. It's on the side. Hold on. I'm going to show you one of my favorite pics
Ooh.
from when I was at a play party and
Did someone bite your pussy?
no. Oh, okay.
Have you
I don't know
tried
if
that,
I
though?
like that yet.
Someone bit my pussy. I didn't like it.
Okay, I had someone bite my clit, and I loved it.
Ooh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Wow.
It
wow.
was.
Okay.
It was good.
Do
It was
you
good.
are you a little masochistic?
I'm a big masochist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
thousand
there we
This
go.
is
1000%.
from me getting flogged. It's my favorite picture.
Her eyes. I love it.
Oh my god.
If I can get that level of bruised, it's my favorite.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
She's
I
like,
think
send
she's
me this picture,
flabbergasted.
please.
Oh my gosh, like it hurts me just looking at it.
Oh,
Did it
yeah.
hurt?
Very much, and I loved it.
Wow. So
like the
both of
pain.
you are masochists.
Oh, for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at this.
But I would say
this is
she's-
like
I don't want the
She's a masochist, and I'm a little bit of masochist and sadist.
ooh. What kind
I
of
do-
pain
wait,
do
but
you
you
like
like-
inflicting?
Okay, well, not anything on the balls because like I experienced that, and that made me afraid
Balls?
that. Yeah, there was a guy that wanted me to like hit his balls really
Yeah.
hard and smack them, and I did. But then after some time, I like had dom drop because I was like, oh my god, what if I like affect his ability to have children? So, which maybe we should have discussed that beforehand, but anyways, and then but I do love flogging people. I love whipping people. That thing is,
Ooh.
I don't know. To me, that's always really fun, and I like leaving marks on other people too. Like my current play partner and I, we'll bite each other. So like I'm at his shoulder, he's at my shoulder, and we're like chomping down.
Ooh.
And then as long as I'm not gonna go see my mother, he can leave marks. So yeah.
So like when someone bit your clit, did it like like what kind of feeling was it?
Like I had him just kind of like pull it out a little bit and kind of like, you know what I mean? You know how you can kind of like pull it out a bit?
Yes.
And then
You're like, how can you
and
pull it
then
out
I had
a
him
bit?
kind of like cradle in between his teeth and then kind of just like nibble down onto it. Not too hard, but
like
nibble.
nibbling.
Yeah, like
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It was good. It was good.
Okay. I feel like I can be down with some like sensation play.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna ask, what are your kinks, or what have you explored? What do you like?
God, I like so many things.
I like the biting. I know sometimes when people are like, what do you
Yeah.
like? I'm like, well, let's talk about
What do
what
I
I don't
not like?
like.
Yeah, it's probably easier to falsify. Like easier to say these are the things I don't like. I
Okay,
don't
so
like
what
poop.
are your you don't like what?
I don't like poop.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
no.
fair. Yeah, same.
Don't like poop. Actually, this is controversial, but I don't like spit.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're like maybe I'm like the third, like
The
in this
third twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the hair.
Your
Okay.
parents lost one in Asia.
They did actually.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
I
I can't get into spit. I don't know why.
can't
I just can't do it. People are like, but it's so hot. Like, oh my god, Tara, try like try to put your spit in a ball and like spit on me. I'm like, no, I will not.
I even have a hard time spitting on people. Yes.
I can't. I just
Yeah.
don't like it. And people want to spit in my mouth. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Same.
Okay, see, I like when a guy spits into my mouth if I really like them. If I don't want them anywhere near
Yeah.
me with that. And then I would say I don't like spitting on like people, but like I will like if I'm like sucking a dick, I will like try to generate as much as I can. But like I'll go in and then disperse, not like
Are you one of those committed BJ givers that drink Pedialytes before they give BJs?
Wait, are you
No,
supposed
but
to
I
do that?
should.
Whoa, wait,
Yeah,
what is
wait.
this Pedialyte before BJ's?
Oh, I learned it from porn stars. Like it generates a lot of spit, so that when you give a blowjob, you soak it.
Really? I'll just
Yeah.
add coconut oil if I want really.
That's one of my favorites.
That's what I like to
Yeah.
do. Yeah, just a shit ton of coconut oil and then just go at it because I like the
I
taste
love
of
a
it. Yeah.
pina colada,
Oh?
pina colada dick.
Well,
Wait, how do
what
you do
is
that?
this like pina colada
Coconut
flavored?
oil. No, just coconut oil
Just coconut
on
oil?
the dick. Yeah, it gives the
I didn't know
coconut.
that's what it's called. I like
well,
it.
what,
taste.
pineapple juice.
Pina colada.
Okay, or-
Nice. I like
Sounds
it.
yummy.
Yes.
You know, it was funny. I was at a play party not that long ago, and this guy brought a full jar, like big jar, of coconut oil
Love.
into the bed.
Love. Yeah.
And everybody
might
was
as
like,
well.
"Can we
Everyone
use-"
get one.
Yeah.
Scoop, little scoop, scoop. It's hard because it's hard.
Yeah. Well,
Then you have to like.
it's better when you melt it a little bit, or you just try to use your like hand warmth
Yeah.
to like get it. Yeah.
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 Okay, one of the play parties that I went to, they had a glass jar coconut oil on the heating
Oh.
little mug heating pad.
Yeah. Smart.
It's very pro move. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, oh my
smart.
god, love. They also had lollipops, which I love. Like,
Yes.
they have lollipops like kind of lying around. And,
I love when parties have food.
yeah,
Like,
but like snacky foods.
snacky.
I don't eat a
yeah.
full
No
meal.
hummus.
No.
No,
And
if
no
I eat
cheese.
hummus, there is no anal.
No cheese.
Don't eat my ass. Like, do not eat my ass after I had hummus, garlic sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say even sushi
Oh,
because
yeah.
you know those fish. Yeah.
One time I
feel
had
like
anal
sushi's a
after
safe one for
pizza.
me. Oh
and it
yeah,
wasn't
Camy
that
had
bad.
anal after pizza one time. I was like, what the fuck?
You are so brave.
Yeah.
I actually was. That was the first time I had done anal in 9 years. Yeah.
After pizza?
Well, before and after pizza.
Okay, have you guys had anal where like poop came out?
No, I've been very blessed.
Okay, I
That is
actually
blessed.
have
That
you?
is heavily blessed
Have
Yeah.
you?
by everyone. Jesus, Buddha, Allah, everyone is blessing you.
Thank you.
Gods.
Yes, and it's not the
Okay.
biz.
See, that's the thing is one of the last times that I had it. Obviously, this was with a partner who was more than okay with it. Like it was fine, but it was just like
Just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
just a little
Little,
tiny
like
piece. And I was like-
residual, you know?
This is why I save anal for people that I love. I need to know I'm not going to be mortified. You know?
After that,
Exactly.
I was
But
like,
I have been very blessed.
I'm not. After that, I've decided I'm just from now on. I'm gonna clean my asshole before I do anal for sure.
But sometimes
I
it's
always
like, it's
clean
spur
my
of the
asshole.
moment. Yeah, I
It's
always clean
in-
my.
it's deep in
the
there.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
the colon.
Yeah, if I have hummus the night before, I swear to you, I had anal once after I had hummus. This is why this is my example.
Let's hear it.
And it is not like no joke. I'm farting. I'm like
no.
everything is happening in bed, and I'm just like, okay, like can we not try that? But that person was super into anal. It's just like, oh, but like it's so hot, like tar, it's so hot. Here, let me lick it. But I'm like, no.
Oh my god.
Not after hummus.
Have you ever
Yeah, and
had
also
to?
don't take me to Mediterranean if you're gonna like fuck my ass later. Like,
you're
go
gonna be-
somewhere else.
Yeah, if you're gonna be super into anal, don't take them to
No.
Mediterranean.
Wait, have you ever had to, or have you ever been holding in a fart and someone's trying to
Yes.
lick your ass?
Yes, I have. Have you? Yeah, it's so hard.
It's so bad.
so
I
hard.
hate it. I hate it. Oh,
Oh.
wait, let's hear it.
Okay. Okay, when you asked me like what's one of your kinks, one of the things that I absolutely love, like I am obsessed with this, is getting fingered until I squirt.
Ooh,
It's like-
that's a good one.
It's
Yeah.
one of my things. I love it. I love it. If I can have it every single time, I would. But then I don't want to do that because I don't want to like ruin it by having it like every time.
Yeah.
So one time, this is just one time.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, that I remember. One time, my partner was fingering me, and like you know, my partner knows exactly like how to finger me for me to like release and have like a squirting orgasm. But this was after I have to. maybe after Mediterranean.
Okay, so there's a common
Like
denominator
Lebanese
here.
food. Yeah. After some, yeah. Anyways, he was fingering me like, and he was getting real fast, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come. And I literally came, I squirted in his face, his face, and fart at the same time.
Aww,
But
knew that was
his
coming.
face was right there.
Oh,
So it was very traumatizing. It was so traumatizing. Since then, I swear, like if I have any kind of gas in my stomach, I'm like, okay, I need to go relieve this before this
Just do some
sexual
squats.
encounter
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can push
Is
it
that how
out.
you push out farts?
Oh,
You
okay.
can.
How do you push out
Actually,
farts?
I'm going to teach all this because
Okay.
my ex fiance actually taught me this because
Oh.
I remember one night I was like super constipated. I was really bloated and gassy, and he was like, "I got you. Like I know how to make you fart." I was like, "Okay." So
Wow.
So
I like this
basically-
relationship. I'm sorry it didn't
it
work
didn't
out.
end well. Yeah.
yeah, it was good at some moments. Anyways, so what you want to do is take like basically these two fingers if you're watching on YouTube, and then you're gonna
Your middle
start-
finger and your index finger together.
Yes, you're gonna start like at the bottom right here on the right hand side.
Below your belly button.
Yeah, you know where like your hip bone is?
Yeah.
Okay, so go into like right there, like where
Okay.
your like vag probably is or your
Okay.
ovaries. Okay, and then you're gonna start pressing with the fingers.
Are we gonna all
sometimes-
farts right now?
Yeah, no. You start pressing up, and then you're basically like going up like to the sternum right here, and then you're pushing it out. So, and you go clockwise until you push it.
Wait,
all
isn't that?
out.
Yeah, that's clockwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
So
dun,
did
dun,
you
dun.
fart?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and actually, a lot of the times, like if I'm, I don't necessarily do this before sex. I probably should, but like I know if I'm like really like stuffed and there's like I can feel gas in there, like I just push it out, and you just keep doing that until you push it out, and it does come out. Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna try and report back.
Yes. I love that.
Especially after Mediterranean.
I think that's a common denominator here.
Before anal. Before anal and pretty much anything else that has to do with down there because I can't hold it. I can't hold in farts.
Yeah, you just do that
gonna
motion.
try it.
It helps, and sometimes like I can feel like the gas bubble, and I just follow it. Just follow.
I'm
it.
gonna teach this in my class to my students.
Yeah, you should. Say it's the Camy method.
I feel like the Camy method. Yeah. Kind of like, you know, the G spot is like that guy's last name. This is the Camy method.
It is.
Wait, it's called the G spot because the guy's last name?
Yeah. Like
well,
Grafenstein or something like that.
I didn't know this.
Wait,
what?
What is? Did he find it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he found the G spot, and that's
Yeah. And he
By
named it
looking at
G
it?
spot. Of course it's named after a dude.
yeah. What the fuck? I don't like that.
I know. Every time I teach that in class, all my students revolt.
If I had known that, we should call it something else.
Yeah.
I don't know
What
what.
what would we call the G spot?
The fun spot? I don't know. No,
The cum spot.
the comes. Oh, I
Oh, I
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cum
That's
spot.
a good
To the
ring
point.
to it.
Yeah,
The cum spot.
The cum spot.
and men, if they can figure out how to make us come, then they get the cum
Ooh.
spot.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so you teach classes.
Yeah. I'm a tenured professor.
Wait.
Yeah. That's my like full-time job.
It's a college in SoCal, right?
Yeah. Cal State Fullerton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I might have
Wait,
seen
so
it.
what's
Yes.
it? So
Shout out Titans.
tight. What is the? Do they have a little hand signal?
I don't know how to do the hand signal. It's an elephant.
Oh, okay.
It's like
what
elephants.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's hard.
Wait, we were the Trojans. Do you remember what? Oh, it was this.
You'll
They
never,
got it figured out. Number one.
you'll never guess what our prom theme was.
Yeah. So we were the Trojans, right? Guess what our prom theme was?
Fire and ice.
No. Oh my god.
Like, how did the committee approve
Oh
that?
my god.
How
so,
did they approve
So what
that?
did you guys wear?
I don't know. I wore a blue dress.
I wore.
Actually, it was a lot like this. It was cerulean.
You wore pink?
No, you wore.
I wore white,
You wore white.
and I took my ex's little brother.
What?
Yeah.
I am so confused right now with all of your relationships. Like, what is going on? Shall we unpack?
I'm divorced. Camy
Okay.
is single.
Single.
Single and mingling.
So we're both
Singling and
single,
mingling.
actually, right? Yeah, we're both single right now. I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
What if you're looking for? What are you looking for?
Monogamish,
Okay.
and then
Works
okay.
best, honestly.
Ideally, I would love to. Well, and I know for anyone listening, I know it's a shocker that I'm saying this. Ideally,
Ooh, say it.
I would prefer that the relationship starts off monogamous for a period of time while we establish safety and trust and comfort. And then after that time period has passed, then we open up to monogamish in terms of like maybe threesomes.
Yeah.
I can't give up sex parties, so I need a partner that at least wants to go.
Yeah.
And then if they need a little bit more time, and we know maybe the first couple times we like don't play with anyone, that's fine. But then eventually I'd like it to where we could like be like maybe like swinging in that area, something like that. And then we have like threesomes on the side or foursomes, whatever, and explore together.
Yes.
So, because I was in an open marriage and I've been in a throuple, I've done solo polyamory, like I've done a lot of things, and I like all of those things. But I realize now that like I need to get back to a place where I feel like I am like building a relationship again.
Yes.
And I need trust. So I think that would be like a great way to start, and then from there see where it goes. But that's what I'm looking for.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that how you and your husband are? Like, or do you play separate as well?
No.
Just together.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And he
We're-
likes the play parties and everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're
Love that.
monogamish, and we spent the first couple of years monogamous.
Nice.
Just like that. So when you were describing it, I'm like, yep, approve.
Yeah,
It works.
And I think it's
It
it's
works
a good way
in
to
building
start.
a secure base, which
Yes.
is very, very important to
Agreed.
me, and I think for most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it would be different like if I met a partner that like had maybe a little bit of experience in non-monogamy, which is hard to find. But, if they were a little bit more experienced, then I'd be open to like, okay, maybe we start off like, we'll maybe shorten that period or something, or like just go to play parties off the bat, but maybe like not, or like play together at them, whatever. So like if they have a little bit more experience, that's fine, but still to build the base, I think is really important. Yeah.
And like, I mean, we're down to play independently, but like together, as in like same place, same,
Yes.
but separate.
Love that.
Like
Okay, so,
our
like, if you
bodies
go to a
don't need
sex
to
party.
be connected.
Yeah.
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 You don't need to hold his hand while
No,
he's getting blown.
or his dick.
Yeah. Here you go,
You're doing great, sweetie. Yeah.
Dropping him off. La 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 la. Drop him
Now-
off in another room.
Would you, is he kinky like you? Like, are you guys
He
both?
is not as kinky as
Okay.
me. I would say currently I'm a lot more dynamic and kinky and open-minded to many different ideas.
Nice.
He's a lot more traditional. However, ever since we've been together, he has changed a lot and has, I think, grown to like certain things that he has never ever tried before, never thought in a million years that he would. So that's kind of his journey. And through his journey, I think, not to share like a lot of his personal because it is his perceived reality, right? But from what I have observed is it makes a person like a lot more fulfilled when they get to experience these things that are outside of traditional norms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So would you say you were the one that corrupted him?
Yes.
Okay. I figured so. And actually, I'd be curious to ask you this question, especially, in the field of work that you do. I feel like so much of the idea is that it's the men that come in and like, just sweep the girl off their feet and then corrupt him and like turn him into this dirty little slut. All these things. Like it's like I feel like so many people think it's the men that come in and make women super sexual. But from my experience, and I don't know if it's because I'm super sexual and super liberated or what, but I find that a lot of times it's the women that have far bigger fantasies regarding sex and a lot more like, varied tastes in their sexuality. And it's a lot of times the woman that's leading the man into more exploration. Whereas men are pretty just like, well, as long as I'm in doggy and, I get to come, I'm great.
As long as there's a hole and it works.
Yeah. Sure, maybe another girl can join every once in a while. That's cool. But like, other than that, like, that's kind of where it stops. Like, I guess I just find that men aren't super creative when it comes to sex, but women are. I don't know. Have you seen anything similar?
I've seen both. I would say, though, from my experience, it's much easier to transition into monogamish from monogamous when the woman takes the lead.
Yeah.
Much easier.
100%.
I have seen lots of clients where the husband wants to take the lead into monogamish, and if the wife is traditional, it's very, very hard to get into that space.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's easier when the woman leads.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, I just find it interesting. I don't know. Maybe it just could be like, the people that I surround myself with and everything.
Different communities too.
Yeah, communities
you know?
I think could make a big difference. But a lot of time I find that it's usually the woman taking the lead in exploring more sexually. And especially like, with women, we read, romance novels.
And it's
and all
also
that.
where you live. Because you guys are in LA.
Yeah.
I think LA, there are a lot more sexually liberated women and women who are open to trying different things. I also live in LA, but I teach in Orange County. And Orange County in general is a lot more conservative and traditional. And people kind of like want that conventional life, like monogamous marriage, house,
Missionary.
white picket fence, golden retriever, 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Not
think
the golden.
not the sometimes French bulldog, but it depends how kinky they get. But it tends to be that like my students, a lot of, not all, but many of my young women students still want that. They still want that ideal relationship.
Interesting.
In LA, we're so different.
I know.
I was going to say, Orange County, though, that makes sense. I feel like Orange County is like the south of California.
It really is, though. I mean, it really is. But I mean, no shade to Orange County. It's a beautiful area.
No, and also no shade to traditionality as long as it works for people,
Yeah.
I'm sure like all of us have things that work for us in specific ways and don't work for us in specific ways. Like whenever I talk to my polyamorous friends, I'm like, I don't know how you take care of 3 people.
Yeah.
I like can barely take care of my husband. And sometimes if we have sex with other people, like I just want to make sure everyone has a good time and have a pleasurable time. And I just don't know how I would be able to take care of 3 people.
Yeah.
My friend is in a like 4-way relationship, but yeah.
That's great. Love
Like
that.
a quad?
Yeah.
Ooh, you don't.
Phenomenal. Yeah, you don't see those often.
Yeah.
No,
That's
right.
Yeah, you see a lot of triads, but you don't always see a lot of quads.
And this comes full circle. They live in Orange County.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
shout out
hilarious.
Costa Mesa.
Yeah.
Okay, Costa Mesa throws down, though. Like,
Right? You've been to that triangle area where it's like a club?
wait, maybe.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of bars there. So
I
a
think
little
we
bit
went
different.
one night to one of the clubs there when Kashmir was playing.
Yeah, is it time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that area's lit. I like what you said about the traditional, because nothing against, tradition. I agree
Right.
100%. I think it's just, a lot of times when, for some of us that like grew up with that being shoved down our throats,
Yeah.
and then we break out of it. Because like, I think back to my marriage all the time. Like when we first got married, we were monogamous in Kansas. We had the house.
Ooh.
We had, we're checking all the boxes.
You
and
have
everything.
the life that a lot of people think they want.
Exactly. And I was in that life and I was like, this can't be it, right? And I was like, I'm bored. So
Girl got ambitions.
exactly. So it's like, then I broke free of that and we moved out here and we opened up and that's led me on a whole nother journey. And so I definitely respect that people can want like a traditional lifestyle. Nothing wrong with that. But like, it just took me a lot of work to like get out of it and like not shame myself for not wanting it. That like maybe sometimes I probably stick up for non-traditional a little too much, but I just do.
But it's to each their own, right?
Yeah,
That's the
agreed.
beauty of humans. Like we're so complex. Why is it that there's only like completely open or monogamous?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be black and white. Like things can just be gray all the time and different colors and pink and purple and blue. Like I also agree that I don't necessarily like when people attack non-traditional values. I also get really like protective of like when people are like, oh wow, like so you guys do have sex with other people, oh wow.
Yeah.
And they get this indirect judgment tone. Like they don't say anything, but then they go, oh wow.
That's working out
Wow.
for you.
Yeah. Like how does that even work?
Yeah,
Like,
and
and
there's
you can
always a
feel
tone to
You can
it. There's
feel
a tone.
the judgment. Yeah, I also get very protective of that. Talking about traditionality, I was talking about this and how like it became controversial for some reason. I'm like, as for a non-traditional girl, I do like some traditional values.
Yeah.
For example, being like protected and taken care of by my husband.
Yeah.
Right. And then people are like, oh my God, but then you guys want to fuck other people, but then you want like his money. I'm like,
What?
Many different things. Like the number one, like how a household is organized is none of your business, right? And how finances is organized within a household is none of your business. It's so, people are just angry because they're not getting sex, I think.
I mean,
Or money.
Yeah, I think a lot of, and I'm sure you get a lot of hate on your content, but as same as we do, where it's just like anytime that we post anything that's like non-traditional or which is majority of our content, or things that are outside the norm, whatever. Yeah, everyone's just like projecting their, they're like saying that it's wrong or not. And I always say the same thing. I'm like, you just must be having shitty sex.
Right.
Don't take it out on me.
Exactly.
Don't take it out on me. Yeah.
But also, you can have a non-monogamous marriage and have protection and security from your husband. Like, why?
Yeah.
Or like, why does one mean the other is not present?
Yeah,
Exactly.
or mix and match. Some traditional values, some non-traditional values. You can mix and match, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think that's one thing that people forget is like, just because you go to one side doesn't mean you have to leave everything from the other side there.
So like, just because my husband pays for everything, do I have to be like a housewife?
No.
And like not fuck other people? Like, I don't get it. Why is it the same thing? It's not like fucking Venn diagram.
Exactly. Yeah. Wait. So okay, how long have y'all been married?
Just this January. We got married in January, so almost 1 year.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then you've been together.
We've been a few years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you started your platform, were y'all together? Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
What-
So he saw a huge transformation from me transitioning from like an academic, like, I have my full-time job, I'm a professor, and I was only doing that, to like now kind of like doing social media and media, like film the TV show this summer.
Yeah.
All of those things. He has witnessed it all.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
We've changed together a lot.
I think
It was the
both
same
have
in my
changed.
marriage. It was the same in my.
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, keep in mind that when you marry someone, like, you're gonna meet 2, 3, 4, 5 more versions of them in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, who I was when I met my husband was not the girl that he divorced. So we changed a lot, and I always try to keep that in mind for like going into my next relationship. It's like who I'm with now, like that person's gonna change, and like you have to be willing to like greet each version of them, with a curious hello.
So you're looking for monogamish. What about you?
same. I've come to that same conclusion after my whole dating life for the past like 2-ish years post ex-fiance. I finally have come to like the conclusion that like I need the security, and I need the, I need that like really good foundation. But then I also I like the ability to explore and go to like sex parties and have group play, because those experiences are really fulfilling. So if monogamish is like the perfect, I think, spot for me to be in.
Love that. Look at that. I'm currently writing a book, and one of the chapters is called "The Future is Monogamish."
Yeah.
Because I really think so. I think
so too.
all the current monogamous marriages that I've talked to are very curious about this concept.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Very, very curious.
They're like, so if we have a threesome every once in a while, that's okay. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. But then there's also a lot of people that are afraid, right? That like that one time will ruin the marriage.
Yeah. You gotta go slow.
If that one time ruins the marriage was already ruined.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
think that's the important piece is if you, at least what I've figured out through my experiences in non-monogamy is opening your relationship, even just like monogamish, not fully open, but even just to monogamish, will put a shining spotlight on what needs to be fixed and what inner work you need to do, what inner work they need to do. And then from there, like if there was that crack, like it's only going to build it, but that crack was already there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to take it back to, you mentioned your students earlier.
Yeah.
You have a very public platform.
Yeah.
I'm sure they see your content.
Yeah.
So when it's these students from Orange County that see your content, like what do they think of it? What do you talk to them about? Like, what do you hope that they gain from, what they see you do on your platform?
I hope that they feel more comfortable talking about sex with everybody, with their friends, with their family, with their current partner or potential partner. But I also hope that it helps raise their sexual self-esteem and sexual agency.
Yeah.
to speak up for themselves, to make their own decisions, to negotiate boundaries. Yeah, I know that, you know, these short form videos that are mainly like funny isn't, you know, comprehensive sex education. However, I do think it starts a conversation for a lot of people. And that's one of the most rewarding things about making content outside of a college classroom. One of the most rewarding things is when I get DMs of like, hey, you know, the other day I sent this video to my husband and then we started talking about this and thanks so much, da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's just so nice, isn't it? Like,
Agreed.
oh wow. Like, as long as I can be helpful to people, I will always be here.
Yeah.
Like, I will always exist. I just love the fact that people get to have even a slightly more fulfilling life. Like, I'm happy.
And I'm curious, when did that sexual liberation start for you? Because I know you mentioned, like, I've in some of your content, you mentioned that like you come from maybe a more traditional family.
Yeah.
And so
I
like,
come
when
from
was
a very traditional family.
so yeah? So when was the point that you kind of took a look at it and was like, you know what, I'm gonna do things a little differently?
Yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna have sex with 2 dicks now instead of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Thailand. Have you guys been?
No, but
I've
I
been
want to. It's
wanting
on my
to.
like top 3.
You would love it. Yeah, you'd love it.
Well, we're family now, so let's all go.
Yeah, that's all. No, if you gotta go with me because it's different.
Oh, I'm down.
It's different
Next
when
time
you
you
go,
go,
to
just
local.
let us know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm originally from Thailand. I grew up in Bangkok. My family is very traditional, very conservative. They're Buddhists, so there isn't necessarily like that like Christian guilt or that, you know, but still very like wear long sleeve kind of vibe. And I went to an all girls Catholic school.
Oh wow.
That I had to wear long sleeves
Yeah.
and have to cover my knees. And if you don't cover your knees, you get hit on the wrist. Yeah.
With a
so
ruler?
It's super, super intense. You know, coming from that, I just remember being like 11 or 12, like early teenage years and thinking like, oh, like looking at boobs and I'm like, oh, I like her boobs. Or, you know, whenever we go outside of school and I see guys and I see boys. So in Thailand, guys that go to private school, they wear shorts and you can kind of see their like the shape of their dick. Yeah, I like I know, right? These are like Catholic schools. They try to keep people like non-sexual, but people can't help it.
Well, when you're a teenager, you know, your
that's all
hormones
you
are
think
just
about.
like whoosh.
Yeah. And so I would like look at dicks and then always wonder if other people think the same as me or am I just like a pervert, like sick fuck, you know? And being really young and thinking like, why the fuck am I so sexual is very dangerous because then I blame myself and I just think like maybe I'm not worthy, maybe I'm not like a good woman, maybe I'm not a good girl, maybe I'm just like trashy like that and I'll probably grow up and, you know, don't have anyone that loves me because I always think about sex.
Yeah.
And that was really, really, really hard, like growing up in that mindset.
Yeah.
Which then led me to like become a people pleaser. When I had a partner, I would always try to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And like never thought about whether or not I'm happy. Because I just don't want people to hate me or leave me because I thought I was a freak. So all of those things combined really like made me have very low self-esteem and I just didn't take care of myself. So from then on, transitioning to, I went to high school in Finland.
Oh.
And yeah.
What
I
was that
know,
like? Are
Random,
they hot?
really cold. Less hot than you think.
Damn. Okay. I would have thought those, you know,
No, Vikings.
Vikings would be there. Damn it.
I would say the ratio of hot guys in Finland is like 1 out of 10.
Damn, that killed my fantasy. Okay, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So in Finland, you know, with new environment, new friends, people that look different from me, people that speak different languages, and also people that don't have fear for nudity.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Because they all get naked and go into saunas together.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
In Switzerland.
they all.
Yeah. We had that experience when we were like 18. Our aunt took us to a
A sauna.
sauna in Switzerland and everyone was naked.
naked.
And we were like, ugh.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
see everyone. So it's kind of cool that in Finland, like even in the family, like, a son, a daughter, parents, grandparents will get naked and go into the saunas together. So technically
Wow.
you see your grandpa's balls.
Wow.
And it's just, it normalizes nudity.
Yeah.
So for them, it's not like fear of nudity or body positivity. They're like body neutrality. Like,
Oh.
it's just a body. Like, calm down, people.
I'll make a clip of that.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love that concept.
I love body neutrality.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
sometimes you don't need to be like, oh my God, go girl, I love my tummy. Like, you don't have to. Like, you
Yeah.
can just be neutral. Like, it is tummy. Today is bigger than other days. But
Yeah.
like, you don't have to, like, I don't know. I'm a Virgo. So I get like this analytical mind where I'm like, sometimes like this super positivity thing doesn't always work for me. But
You can take a day off from positivity.
I think neutrality is good.
Yeah.
Especially with
Yeah.
bodies.
Not here, not there, just right in the middle.
It exists. It works.
I like it.
Yeah. So in Finland, I felt like that was the vibe, was that people were just like, it is just nudity. Like, why are you shocked?
Yeah.
So from then on, I think it helped me at first, like, made peace with nudity and naked bodies and not like, oh my God, like penis, like vagina,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Right. So it helped me felt more normal. And then I moved to LA, which is, I would say LA is one of the most like sexually liberated places
100%.
in the world, you
Yeah.
know, comparing to Asia, comparing to like the Middle East or Africa, certain parts in Europe. So I think LA and certain cities in Europe are very sex positive. So it was really cool to come here and experience like dating these people who are in different relational structures. And I would say I was just learning by doing, but I was also married young.
Yeah.
Married young, wanted that life, the life that you had in Kansas.
Yeah.
The house and the golden retriever. But I realized that I got married all due to like cultural expectations and my own, what would be the word? Misguided belief
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Well,
that's like the life that is like the happiest life possible, the life everyone wants. And
Well, that's
then-
what they spoon feed us. This is
Yeah.
what you want.
Oh,
Literally,
it's not
like,
spoon feeding. They're
in
like
all-
they're shoving it down our throats.
in all like Hallmark movies, it's always like it's so happy, like that's how it ends, that's how it ends. And so I had a beautiful wedding in Laguna Beach and have a beachfront property and live in a fabulous life. We traveled to Europe, we traveled to Asia. Life's amazing, but inside I was very unfulfilled. I would say inside I was pretty much crumbling.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah,
I've been
I was,
there. Been
yeah.
there. Yeah. I know exactly
Yeah,
what
girl,
that feels
fist
like.
bump. I was drinking a lot. I was doing different substances, and
Would
just
we like some of those?
I'm like,
I do.
yeah,
The
you
good
know.
kind.
And I just learned that through my personal experience as well as studying it, and teaching it. I just learned that I wasn't that wasn't the life I was supposed to live.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most shocking moments in my life, and I don't think I've ever talked about this anywhere else, was when, I would go to the university to teach about sexual satisfaction and predictors of sexual satisfaction. And this is what it feels like. And then I would come home and, sitting by myself at the edge of the bed, like crying because I am preaching and I'm not doing what I preach.
Yeah.
And it feels like I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
Like, how am I qualified to teach about sexual satisfaction when I myself is crumbling, have no sexual satisfaction, didn't even feel good about myself, have really low self-esteem, and, everything else kind of just led to that moment where I was like, this needs to change. And so I went on a psychedelic journey.
Love that.
Yep.
The world would be a much better place if everyone just did 4 grams of
Yeah.
shrooms.
Yeah. Oh
At
my
least
God.
once.
Yeah. I completely agreed. So I went to Costa Rica and I did ayahuasca ceremony.
Love that.
And I did 5 days of that. And then kind of hung out in other retreats for just wellness in general. Came back and just decided, you know, I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna change everything. So got a divorce. And you know, he was one. I would say like he was one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you would agree. There's just so much learning and growing together. But at the end of the day, he wasn't the right person for me. And I think we both knew it, but he didn't want to accept it. So when we got a divorce, he was very, very, very hurt. And I was too. And I think that's the myth where people think the person asking for divorce is not hurting is not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's hurtful for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a hurtful situation. I read this study that said people have a significant drop of self-esteem after a divorce.
I did.
Yeah, you just didn't think you were worthy. You know.
I remember after my divorce, like I questioned, you know, if anyone would ever want to be with me. I felt like abandoned.
Yeah.
And so because he was the one that incited the divorce. We both agreed that it was time to, you know, but like it was a similar situation where we were like best friends, but you know, it was time to, we wanted different things and it was time to move on. And like I think probably months I wouldn't say like I hated myself, but like I had a hard time like stomaching myself, if that makes sense.
It makes total sense to me. And I think people listening, if you've gone through a divorce, like you know, and that's 50% of everybody. Because 50% divorce rate is real. And you know, I first thought that it was a weakness that I had gotten a divorce and it was something I wanted to hide. And this was before I had social media. So I was like, oh no, I wouldn't be able to embark on this journey of teaching people of, you know, sexual self-esteem and self-love and confidence and sexual satisfaction. I can't embark on that journey. Like, I don't want people to figure out and like find out, like, why would we listen to a divorcee?
Yeah. Similar for me. Cause like when we had the podcast when I was going through my divorce.
Oh yeah.
So I started it before I started the pod and then we get divorced like a year later. And I didn't tell anyone on the pod for months. A, because I needed to wrap my head around it. But B, because I had a lot of shame. I felt like a failure. Yeah. I felt like I, you know, messed something up and didn't do something right. And, you know, there was something wrong with, you know, me in a way. And, you know, that's why he chose elsewhere or like why it was time to go, whatever. And so it's like, I didn't want to tell anyone about it because I felt like failure.
It's like, why would we listen to someone for relationship advice that couldn't keep a relationship?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Felt like a fraud.
And then I'm like, but then you grew out of it, right? Because you learn that, you know, through all of these experiences, the only thing you gain is tools to help others understand this situation better and to empathize with them. Yeah. If you've never gone through a divorce, you have no idea how hard it is. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like if you've never had a baby, you would never know what it's like.
Exactly.
So to me, it actually empowered me because now I completely understand you. Yeah. You know, if someone that tells me about their marriage and how like, oh, they have been sexless for 6 months or a year or 2 years and there's no chemistry and da-da-da-da. I'm like, I completely understand you. Or people that just got a divorce, don't know how to go back into like the dating world. I completely understand. Yeah. It just allows us to understand more people. And I learned that it's actually much more of a gift rather than a hindrance. So after I started, you know, studying and teaching more of this topic, I wrote a textbook actually on sexual communication. It's called Sexual Communication Research in Action. But after all of that, I learned like, you know, oh wow, like people do like listening to how I talk about different concepts like in sex education. So that's kind of just how my social media life come to be, and it exploded, and that's also how I got my like TV role opportunity. Yeah, is they just found me on social media.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I noticed this because, you know, we have very similar paths, but like I think something to note is that like you were always willing to make a change.
Yes.
For yourself. And it just reminds me of this story. One time this girl wrote in, she was like in Ireland, and she was like, I don't vibe with anyone here. I want to try kinky things, but no one here is kinky. Da, 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 da. And I told her, I'm like, you're not a tree, move.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like, if like you will find that you are much happier if you, you know, make change your environment if it's not, you know, where you need to be, like, you know, have the courage to do the hard things, like, and maybe that sounds like really like cliche to say, I'm sure it does, but or like, you know, well, duh, no brainer kind of information, but like that is the hardest thing to do is make changes.
Yeah.
But like you have, like, you're the only person that's going to make changes for yourself, so like you got to do it.
Yeah. You are the only person that can help yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always say that. No one's going to love you more than yourself, so might as well get real comfortable.
That is so true. And self-love fuels every aspect of life.
Yeah.
You know, you show up as a much better friend, much better lover, much better everything. Like, so love yourself first.
I know. I remember one time I had this writing prompt, and it was like basically like about like, think about your favorite lover. And I was like, it's me. It's me.
It's me. Hi.
Well, because I'm like, okay,
We do sing on this podcast.
We just sing. I'm
love.
like, who has listened to me the most? Me. Who has said yes to me the most?
Me. Who always makes me come?
Me. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm curious, what did you study in college?
Yeah. So I've always studied human communication in the relationship context. So
that was
my
your degree was?
specialization
Oh, wow.
is human communication.
Wow.
That's why, like, when I wrote the textbook or even the class that I teach is called sexual communication.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And this
Love
class,
that.
I mean, this class is fascinating, and all my students love it. And they're like, "Oh my god, we can't believe this didn't exist. Like when we were younger, it should be in like high school."
Yeah,
I wanna
That's
take
what I was
it.
just about to say.
I wish I
wanna
take it.
Yeah,
Can
if
we
I
pop
had it
into
in high
a
school,
lecture?
I would have not committed this many mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
I would love to pop
Yes,
in and just
definitely.
listen in on the lecture.
Next academic year, I will have a section that's on Zoom. You can totally come by.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
I would love
I'll
that.
send you the link. But the class starts from the very beginning until the very end of life. So it starts from very basic. So like history of sexuality studies.
Love that.
And then it goes into like terms. So like gender, sexual orientation, like sexual desire, sex drive, like what do they, like the definitions of different things. And then it goes into your first sexual encounter. So your sexual debut, which is the term that we use now. We don't use lose your virginity.
I love
Sexual
Yeah.
debut.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, ta-da.
That is phenomenal.
I'm here.
Here's my pussy. Come take it.
We out.
I love that.
Isn't it so
better.
beautiful?
It's so much better than losing your virginity. It sounds
Yeah.
like you're losing something.
Yeah.
When really you're gaining pleasure.
Personally, I think losing your virginity is stupid.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's rooted in patriarchy and
Yes.
religion and shit.
Yes.
And
and
that
like
there's anything
way
wrong with
worse
religion.
for women than men.
Yeah.
You know, a sexual debut is good for everyone.
Sexual debut.
Yeah,
that's
like a
great.
debutante.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, I know, like, I've at least like on TikTok or, you know, social media have seen recently that a lot more people are like trying to use like, you know, the correct terms with their children more often. And I'm like, thank you.
Yes.
Stop calling it their wee, their cookie, whatever. It is their penis. It is their
Yeah.
vagina. Like,
Yeah.
get your children comfortable with sexual terms. Say sex. Not
It's
like,
just-
oh, they were making love. No, say sex. They're having sex.
They were coloring.
Yeah.
Like mommy and daddy were.
Coloring.
I mean, Camy and I have gone off on the tangent of sexual education all the time because it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But it's just like I think back to like when I first ever thought about sex, all I thought it was like two people naked kissing in bed.
Same.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
that's what I thought it
What
was.
did you think it was?
Oh yeah, what did you think it was? Like, what was your first perception of sex?
Honestly, probably just someone getting fingered.
Really?
Yeah.
I
That
didn't even
was
know
my
you could finger.
Yeah, no, because that was my first like sex scene that I saw on a movie when I was like 10.
Nice.
So
See,
then
for
from
me, it was
then on, I was
Titanic, where
just
they were
like-
just like kissing
the
naked.
hand.
Yeah.
The hand, what did you think happened with the hand?
I nothing. it just went on his body and that was it. So it's like, you know, sometimes I get it. You know, there is a time and a place and an age to like introduce your children to like what sex actually is. But at the same time, like when they start showing curiosity, start using the right terms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Or
know, people
sooner.
are like, oh no, you know, like the appropriate age is 16. I'm like, no, it's not.
No. Women
Your
start
11-year-old is jerking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that.
I was. Yeah. Like easy. Ask most people, they have been jerking off at least before 13.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. So why would you teach people at 16? It's like too late for some people.
I guess because maybe then like people don't feel as weird talking to an adolescent about sex.
But I think it's weird because of themselves.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. There
I
you
love
go.
how you teach a sex communication class.
It
I
is
know.
really
I feel
fun.
your content is a lot about like dirty talk and sexual communication.
Yeah,
Love that,
I like
yeah.
sexual communication because I think, well, I did a really big study a couple of years ago based on 5,000 survey takers.
Wow.
Yeah, so 5,000 people took my survey, and then I ran the data through like statistical methods. So fun fact, I also teach a statistics class.
Love that. I sucked at statistics.
I'm a quantitative research professor.
Wow.
Very Virgo.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I see the Virgo.
I know, I know. So through quantitative methods, I studied variables that predict long-term sexual satisfaction. And one of the strongest variables is sexual communication. But we already know that. You know, everybody says like communication is lubrication, sexual communication is the key to a good sex life. It is the most important thing in a good sex life is communication. So people know that, but like people are not doing it. So I wanted to investigate further what makes a difference between people who do communicate about sex and people who don't. And guess what? And this comes full circle again. Guess what makes some people communicate
Orange
about
County?
sex more? Mediterranean food. It's self-esteem.
What?
Yeah, people who have high sexual self-esteem are significantly more likely to communicate about sex, the things that they want to try, their desire, their boundaries, everything. And people who have low sexual self-esteem don't. So that's where it starts.
Yeah. So, listener, if you're listening, if you're not communicating well in the bedroom, look in the miror. And
We know
maybe
where it
start
comes
giving yourself
from.
a little bit of more love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to work on self-love,
Yeah.
self-worth, body image.
Yeah. Body image is huge.
We're so rude to ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
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 Well, and that's what I mean. Like we were kind of talking about this earlier. That's what I love about sex parties. Is that like I feel like seeing other bodies. Actually, another thing that came to mind is that show Naked Attraction.
Yeah.
Love that show.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. But also like seeing other bodies makes me realize like, damn, you know, we all look different and like everyone's got beauty in their
Depends
own
on what
way.
kind of party you go to. Do you
Yeah.
go to a pretty inclusive party where there's like different body types?
I've been in both.
Okay,
I've been
because
to
I've
both.
shown up where everyone's a Russian model. And like I'm like, hello, I look like I'm 12 and I'm like from anime. I'm an anime character.
Yo, I
I'm a
thought you would,
child anime character.
I thought you would be taller.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
really
was like,
little.
No, but you're
Yeah,
little
you are.
like us.
Yeah, you're very
Yeah,
petite.
we're all little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know I think that's a fair point, but I feel like at least, you know, at least some of the house parties that we go to, I would say like definitely a great good looking crowd, but a lot of different diversity in the body types.
Yeah.
And that's great because I feel like it's just given me a whole different perspective on my body. And so, and you know, kind of like you were saying earlier about the people in Finland, I think Europe's got it right. You know, there's
Yeah,
body
like, who
neutrality. It's just a body. Like, I think if we start looking at it with that perspective a little bit more, maybe then we'd all have a little bit more self-esteem.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love body neutrality because it's so like moderate.
Yeah,
like just,
moderate.
it's just there. There's
Yeah.
no pressure to have like extreme celebration for your body. There's also no hate towards your body. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
That's a great way to put it.
accepting your body.
I've learned two of my most favorite terms in this podcast recording: body neutrality and sexual debut.
Oh,
I think that's so cool that we're
Yeah.
finally like changing the narrative on some things. I think it's so great. And I agree because sometimes like, you know, if you're struggling with your body, like you don't want to have to sit there and like celebrate it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why like when I used to do a lot of
It's
mirror
tough.
It is tough. When I used to do a lot of mirror work, that's why sometimes like I focused on the function and appreciating the function rather than like how it looked because then I didn't feel so like like I had to be like, oh my God, I love this when I really didn't. You know, then I could be like, you know what? Like, I may not love the way that like this part of my body looks, but like I love that like it is able to do these things for me.
Yes.
And like I'm able to like, it has a function and I love that. And we are a team in, you know, getting my ass out of bed every morning, like whatever it is. And that changed my perspective. And that led me to a lot more body positivity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd I get it? What?
You're like, I love my body.
No, well, I was over here thinking the other day, no, because I tend to have like the same viewpoint where it's like, you know, on the days where, you know, maybe I'm feeling bloated or, you know, maybe I have acne all over my face and my hair's a mess, like I'll still like look at myself and be like, you know, at least I'm here, you know, like
very Finnish.
Yeah. But I was thinking about it the other day. I know the other day I was just like, this is just a meat suit. It's fine. And it was like, you know, I thought about it and I just dumbed it down and I was like, this is
Do
the
you have
body I was
similar
given.
bodies, like naked bodies?
Almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really exactly
That's
the same.
trippy.
I think
Yeah.
our asses are slightly different.
Yeah.
We've had a few people look like
Yeah.
side
Who has a bigger
side
ass?
by side comparison. It's not the size that's different.
Okay.
You know,
It's-
it's
the
the
shape
way
or-
they sit.
It's the way they
The way
sit.
they sit.
Mine sits like up a little higher, whereas Cammy's sits like a little bit more like almost out, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And so like it, yeah.
I saw that ass picture. I know what's up.
She has a great ass. I have a
You
great
do.
ass. Yeah.
You both do.
It's
Wait,
it's because we're Argentine.
okay.
It was
Armenian. You're Argentinian?
Yeah, we were
Wait.
born in Argentina, and then we lived there, and then we moved to Texas, and then I went to college in Oklahoma, and then I lived in Kansas, and now I live here. So I've been all over.
Wow.
I kind of did a
Wow.
similar path. I just followed out
Yeah.
of Texas, Kansas, here.
Yeah. So when you were
So-
talking about like moving and stuff, I related to that so hard because, you know, I feel like moving, like especially to LA, is like what really started my sexual liberation.
Yeah.
Because obviously in Kansas and Oklahoma, everyone's still on the missionary sex life.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was
Which
the
is nothing wrong
oddball.
with that, but
I was the oddball in Kansas.
so was I.
Were
Yeah.
you
I
like,
was,
what
yeah.
were you exploring?
Well, I wasn't exploring anything, but I was just like, I was so open about talking about sex at that point because I was reading these raunchy sex books every day. And I was just like,
Oh.
yeah, Lucifer's fucking, you know, like whatever.
Wait,
these,
what books were you reading? Was
like
it
just like smutty, like
Erotica,
fiction,
yeah.
fantasy
Oh.
fiction. I read a lot of like fae, werewolves, vampires.
Oh.
So I was always like, you know, down to like talk about like the taboo subjects, and everybody was like, and that's why I really related when you were talking about like, you know, when you were younger and you were like, well, am I like a freak or just like a pervert
am
for
I
like
just a
thinking about
fucking
sex?
pervert?
Exactly. And I was like, I thought of myself that way for so long. I'm like, I'm just a fucking pervert because all I think about is sex. Yeah. But then
Yeah.
like now I'm in this community and I'm like, I get to talk about it every day. This is great.
Have you seen Big Mouth?
Wait, is
No,
that
it's a show.
cartoon?
Yeah. On
I've seen
Netflix.
parts of it.
By I think Tina Fey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, there's a character called Andrew and he's like super, super perverted. And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
still a pervert. I mean, like I sexualize a lot of things, but that's because I'm very sexually liberated. But I do
Yeah.
it respectfully.
yeah.
I don't do it. Yeah.
And also, we're like one of the most beautiful things about human is imagination.
Yes.
You know, we don't know yet if animals have imaginations because we can't study it yet, but like humans have imaginations and it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's how we have all this art in the world, all the movies, TV shows, clothing, all these things from it's
Books, yeah.
imagination.
Yeah.
So why don't we have the same positive feeling about sexual imagination? Like, why isn't that an Oscar for me
Yeah.
for my
I'm nominating you
fucking
today.
vivid sexual imagination? Like with me and like, you know, I don't know. I think about so many things. I don't know if I should say it.
I like some of the things
You would
that
like our coven nights.
Yeah.
I know. She,
Yes. What is that?
We get together with like we get together with Nico and Nadej and we talk about like fun things, you know.
Ooh.
It's usually it's always sex.
But we were talking about like our deepest, darkest fantasies the other day.
Is Nicoletta is hers alien?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
Like an alien gangbang?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Solid.
it's nice to like have like that space where you can just like let out all your fantasies and
I always
people
this
support
is
you.
one and here, you know what? I'll go ahead and share it here. I always dream of a world where I'm in charge in some way, shape, or form.
Oh
And-
wow, that's so fucked up.
Okay, I'm in charge. I'm the leader, the general, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And then I have like a council of people that like, you know, they trust my opinion. I trust theirs. We work together to like lead the people. Okay. And then we end every meeting with an orgy. And I sit at the edge of a long, you know, table, like think like boardroom kind of table. You know, like a board of directors. So I'm sitting at the end of this table. My legs are spread open, and everyone just goes in a single file line, and they get to choose what they do to me sexually. And I'm just there like, do it.
Oh my gosh, that's so hot.
That is one of my biggest fantasies.
Wow, I bet
saw
there's
that in
a porn
shrooms
video
trip. Yeah.
like that.
And see,
because
even
it's so
like
hot.
even that like is pretty tame. Okay, like it's
Even that is tame. I agree.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like you can get.
it's the only vibe that we can share publicly.
Wait, is that the only one that I want to share publicly?
No, I mean like that's kind of the threshold of like public sharing your sexual fantasy in public.
Yeah,
Because I feel like some of my sexual fantasies really not to be like spoken in front of camera.
There are definitely
Yeah,
I definitely
ones that,
shared one
like-
of my more tame ones for a reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sometimes,
But
you know,
off camera, I'm totally down to share some of the most fucked up things ever. Because I
do
have a
it.
very active imagination.
I really do think like one thing that couples really miss out on is like the ability to like fantasize together.
Yeah.
Like
so
sometimes,
fun.
yeah, sometimes like make it a fantasy night. The two of you get together and like you get in bed and you're naked and one of you draws a stick of who gets to go. And this kind of reminds me of like one of the, I don't know.
It's so old school. Can't you just be like, okay, who
Rock,
wants to
paper,
go?
scissors,
No, no, no. No, 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 no.
Draw a
Draw
stick.
a fucking stick. No.
But you gotta leave it to chance. Anyways, so y'all sit there, you're naked in bed, and you just like pick like three things as to get the you know, the mind going. Three prompts. So maybe like, you know, aliens are coming. You're wearing purple lingerie, and you're in a forest.
Can we do this right now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Oh, I love this.
Okay, but you're the leader, so you start.
Okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then you just see where it takes you. Okay, so this would be
I'm
my
really
vision.
excited. Okay.
Okay, so I'm in purple lingerie, just walking through a forest, trying to find a nearby creek.
Okay.
Okay, and then I get to the creek. I find it. I heard the water. I made my way there. I look all hot in my purple lingerie. My hair is done really nicely. I don't have shoes on. I think that's an important note. I don't like to have sex with shoes on. Okay, and I get to the creek and there's an alien.
Okay.
He's bathing in the creek. He is
Fucking hung.
has a massive.
We don't know what parts aliens have. What if they don't have those parts?
I know. What if it's shaped like a fork? I always
Yeah.
wonder. But,
I've been watching a lot of monster hentai porn, so they all have big dicks in there.
yeah, so he's bathing in the water. He's hung, and then I stumble upon him, and I'm like, "Oh no, hey, how are you?" And we have a conversation.
How many eyes does he have?
2, but he's
Not
like
very
8 feet
alien-y.
tall.
I know. Why doesn't he have 3?
He's 8 feet tall,
Oh,
and
8 feet tall.
yeah,
That's
big
creepy.
alien. Yeah.
2 fingers. for
And
hands.
8 feet tall. He has silver long hair.
What?
I'm thinking back to my Lord of the Rings
That
days.
sounds like Roger from American Dad.
What color is this kid? Green.
purple,
He's also purple?
like my lingerie. Yeah, exactly. And I'm picturing like a translucent purple.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Hot.
And so then
You can see the veins.
Ooh.
Yeah, so see, you could take this and like, you know, you and your partner volley back and forth and you start just like getting into this fantasy. What's the alien doing? What is the first thing he notices about you? I'm in lingerie. He's like, why are your nipples showing? And I'm like,
Oh.
it's cold out. You know, so it's like you could have so much fun with that.
Yes.
Like fantasize together.
Okay, you want me to continue with that story?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, I stumble upon the alien
Okay.
in the river. He's hung, he's naked,
Yeah.
silver hair.
Oh.
Continue.
I'm going to turn it really dark.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Yes. He's tapped.
So, a huge pickup truck is approaching that creek. You turn around, you see the lights. 8 big country dudes jumped out of that car.
No.
Yeah, they're all packing.
Like packing or like
Both,
packing?
both.
Okay.
And they're like, we're gonna fucking take our women back. Fuck these aliens.
Ooh, I like this. Keep going.
They all started shooting at the alien. But then the alien is translucent, so can't accept bullets. It just went right through.
Oh, wow.
And then he gets mad.
And then he gets mad. And then he goes, one of my powers is growing 8 utility-based fingers. And it can go really far, it can get longer. And what he does is he gets really angry. He's like, dude, man, I was just like taking a bath here. Like, why you guys humans gotta be all fucked up and all toxic masculine and shit. So then he's like, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. He like grows, he's Super Saiyan and grow all of his 8 fingers, super long, 8 purple, big, round fingers, super long. And then he approach these men and then shove it right in their assholes.
Love it. And they're all dangling there.
So he pecks all of them. And then it goes to Camy.
I'm really glad this came to me. You left at a great spot.
Thanks.
That was phenomenal.
I set you up.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, this movie needs to be made. I'm telling you, I'm very creative. We are all very creative. Hollywood, come over.
Please.
His other superpower,
Yes.
he can make like what is it called when you can like make someone do something if you tell them?
Telepathic?
compulsion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
His other power is compulsion. So he's pegging these 8 dudes and they're all getting hard.
Oh. And then at the same time, they're questioning the masculinity and why they like it so much.
Yeah.
And then why am I aroused?
And then he has purple lingerie Nikki, I guess.
Oh, you can imagine it's yourself. That's fine.
Just imagine it's a chick. Anyways, so she's just sitting there watching, right? And
She's like, oh, I love it. And then she
exactly. she starts
rubs her own clit.
wow, this is really hot. They're all like leaking from their penises because they're starting to pre-cum. And he sets them all down. And then he's like, one by one, you're all going to go fuck her.
Oh.
While he
It goes
watches.
back to your leader fantasy.
But he's going to be, the alien's going to be the last one to do it. And actually, he's going to fuck all the guys from behind.
Yeah. Oh, and just go through it like human centipede? Like penis. 8 people through to Nikki?
Yeah,
Wow.
let's say, so all the guys are lining up. This turns into a great gangbang. All the guys are lining up. Purple lingerie chick is on her hands and knees. And they each just start pumping from behind. And the alien's just watching and like lassoing them with his long fingers, making sure they stay in line.
Because organization's
I
important.
want to know what happened to the guns. Okay, there were guns. Why are they not being shoved up her coochie?
No, the guns were set down.
Fine. Boring.
So, ooh, Kansas girl.
So we get to the last country dude. He's pumping in purple lingerie chick. The alien comes, starts fucking the dude from behind while the dude's in the girl.
Ooh.
And then he has all the 8 dudes, or all the other 7 dudes, come around and start jacking off onto the chick while he fucks her. Yep.
Love that. That's been my like
Wow.
wedding fantasy.
I did that for you.
Thank you.
This is your wedding fantasy?
I always like
Getting bukkake? Is that a wedding gift? Let me remember that next time. Mary, invite me. I'll make that happen. Yeah, I brought every man I know in my building.
I've always said that like if I had or like next time I get married, I would love if, you know, after the wedding, maybe it turned into like a sex party and orgy with the people that I wanted there.
Wow.
And then all the dudes come on me while my husband fucks me.
Wow.
That'd be so fun.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you know there are quite a few tribes that will the husband well on the wedding night the husband will have sex with the bride, and then the brother, the uncle, the father, the grandfather will also all have sex with the bride.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there are tribes that do that.
That is surprising. I'm trying to remain neutral about that because I don't know that I would personally want that. But
You're
wow,
like, yeah, I don't know about incest, but
that's very interesting.
yeah, but I think for their idea, in their culture, it's about sharing. And it's because it's the men from the same family.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it's a cultural belief.
interesting.
There are also cultures that the woman has multiple husbands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
that.
polyandry?
Polyandry, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember when I was reading Sex at Dawn, I might butcher this, and I don't know if I totally remember it, but there was like this, it was another tribe, but in that tribe, or at least like the way that their houses were set up, it was so that like the women, once they hit a certain age, then it was like they could invite multiple lovers and from like within the tribe. And so basically they would like have the ability to just like have multiple lovers within the tribe, and they all like shared with each other, but no one ever said who they like had sex with. So no one knew who was sexually involved. Everyone was just like as a community together, and then they could pretty much fuck whoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, this has been fascinating.
Yes.
I think we need to do a part 2 sometime.
Yes, this is so
loved
fun.
Your energy.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
And I've loved this conversation. This was so good.
Me too.
I'm gonna go home and
We gotta do another story.
I know. Yeah. Next time. Oh my God. Yeah. Let's absolutely do it. But and see, that's what I'm saying. Fantasies are so fun. I wish couples would fantasize together
You're
more.
so fun.
And just like let each other like volley back and forth. Like even if it gets silly or dark or whatever, like it's just a fantasy. Just let yourself run with it.
Yes.
So
I
anyways.
really like the direction you took it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the etudes were really a necessary part of that scenario.
That was a nice addition.
Yeah, I feel like it took it from like from Avatar to like Schindler's List. It's a little intense, but I like that you ended it well.
Yeah.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Yes. Grand finale.
Yeah.
It was their sexual debut.
Yes, that was our
debut.
sexual
Yes.
story debut.
I love that.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Dipsy, don't take that.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna make it. Yeah. Let's partner with a production company to make that. Who's gonna play the alien? You're gonna play the girl, right? 'Cause
Henry Cavill.
Just because I want
He
to.
is not translucent or purple.
Or tall. Is he tall?
I know he's tall.
Oh, he's not 8 feet tall.
Yeah, no.
You'd have to fuck Hagrid from Harry Potter.
I'll think on it. But anyways, this is great. Thank you again. Now, do you want to plug yourself? How do you, or where can people find? No, not plug yourself. Like,
I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
What am I going to shove the Stanley
This
Cup up my
podcast
ass?
is so fun.
where can people find you? I'm trying to think what your hats are.
Yes, my website is lovebites.co. That's LUVBITS.co. All of my social media is lovebites.co.
Love that. And we'll tag it as well in the episode
you.
description.
Fun.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed Dr. Tara as much as we did. She will be back.
The long lost sister.
Yes. Yes,
I
that
feel
your
that.
parents dropped
Yeah.
in Thailand.
I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to have a talk with them. And as always, guys, wear condoms.